today I'm going to make baked top net clams on the half shell. This is a really good recipe. It gives this kind of unique seafood an outstanding flavor, and it's a great way to introduce somebody to clams if they've never had them before, because it's relatively mild. So in this bowl I have a quarter cup of finely chopped parsley and 2 cloves of minced garlic. Also to that bowl I'm going to add a teaspoon of dry cilantro. The reason I use fresh parsley and dry cilantro is because fresh cilantro has a really strong flavor that can throw off this dish. Now also to this bowl I'm going to put 1 cup of plain breadcrumbs, and I'm going to mix those ingredients together. I'm also going to add a teaspoon of salt. So now that you have that ready, you're going to take your clams. These are top net clams. I've had these soaking in this cold salt water for about an hour now. I've already scrubbed them really well. These were extremely fresh from one of the best fishmongers in the area, so they were covered in a little bit of algae and sand. I've cleaned them up really well and I've let them soak for a while. Okay, so we're going to shuck these clams. Now to shuck a clam actually takes a little bit of skill. It takes some practice. First what you want to do is you want to wrap your hand in a towel, because you're going to be pushing a knife towards the back of your hand. Okay, now if you don't have a clam shucking knife, like I do not, you can use a knife similar to this one here. Just a nice flat paring knife. So you're going to take your clam, I don't know if you can see this. You're going to take your knife and you're going to push it right in the middle of the 2 shell halves, about right there. And you're just going to push through. I can't do it in this position, I just wanted to show you where the knife goes. And you're going to ride your knife along the top to actually sever what's called the abductor muscles. And once you get in there, you want to drain that juice into your breadcrumbs. They call that the liquor. So there it is. You're going to separate your 2 shell halves and empty the meat out onto a plate and save your shells. We're going to chop up that meat really fine. We're going to mix it with our breadcrumb mixture. You should drain the juice of about 1 or 2 of these clams into that breadcrumb mixture. So after those are chopped up, put into the breadcrumbs, we're actually going to pack our shells with it. We're going to bake it at 450 for about 7 minutes. Okay, so now I have all those clams shucked. I have all the meat out of them. I've kind of chopped up these breadcrumbs. Remember I put the juice of 2 of the clams into these breadcrumbs. Now I'm going to put about a teaspoon of olive oil into the breadcrumbs as well. And just kind of mix that up so you get a really fine crumb. Alright. Now we're going to take all this clam meat and we're going to mince that up really fine. And just cut up these clams the way you would for clam chowder. Okay, now that you got your clam meat all cut up, you're going to distribute it evenly amongst all your shells. Okay, now that you have all your clam meat in the shells, you're going to take your breading, just spoon it over the top, and press it down from one side of the shell to the other. Just like that. And put that into your oven pan. So I'm going to fill all those in and we'll check back when I'm done. Alright, so now that those shells are all filled in with the breadcrumb mixture, these are ready for the oven. I had my oven preheated to 450 degrees and those are going to go in there for about 7 minutes. Alright, so after it's in the oven, you got one more step here. You're going to take some melted butter and just spoon a little bit of the melted butter onto each one. Okay, and then once you put the butter on them, you're going to put them in the broiler for about 3 minutes. Alright, so there they are after the broiler. You can see they got a little brown. I put a little swirl of sriracha hot sauce on top, and these look really good, so I'm going to go and enjoy these. You should do the same. Check out the recipe at my website. Thanks for watching.